Well, the headwinds are the three factors that we hear about right now. It's stimulus talks and checking the tea leaves every day for how Nancy and Trump are going to get along. That's no way to set an investment strategy. So we want to look behind how Speaker Pelosi and President Trump are getting along. We want to look more at the therapeutics and the vaccine, which is positive, for, at least for 2021, regardless of the immediate timing. And then we look at the outlook for corporate earnings and a return to normalcy once we have a stimulus deal, the election, and this COVID, hopefully, thing under control. And when we see that, we see a robust runway for investors who are flush with cash and businesses who, by the way, are running far more efficiently than they were prior, or at least in a lower cost world. We also, fortunately or unfortunately for the people who are unemployed, unemployment brings down labor costs. You have lower labor costs, you have low energy costs, you have people working from home, and I know you and I have disagreed on this somewhat, but you're going to have lower occupancy costs. I think you're going to see robust corporate earnings in 2021, and that's what we're looking at for our investors, not the daily motions coming out of Washington, D.C.
You know, I was saying earlier that now even, invisible viruses are politicized, which is just kind of the state of where we are right now, thanks to social media and whatever else. How about this, Mark? Does the market care who wins the election, or does the market simply want a clean winner and not weeks or months of fighting over a contested election?
Well, I wrote an article in Forbes about who is going to be better, and it actually came out to be fairly balanced, not just because I don't want to tick off half of my clients, but because the reality is both candidates can make a legitimate case for this. With President Biden, you're going to have globalism returning, which is good for stability and profits. You'll have a probability of a larger infrastructure scheme, and that's going to be offset by the tax bills that we see and the less regulation that President Trump has offered. So I think the market is juggling. In fact, JP Morgan's written notes on both. One day they said Biden's good for the markets. One day they say it's neutral. So I think the story is mixed, but I think it's relatively balanced. We just want to get through the election.
Yeah. Just quickly, because I know we got to go, Mark, but I said this on a panel last week, virtually, is the Senate fight more important than the White House?
Absolutely. It's about checks and balances next year. It's about not running the table with the Democrat agenda, which may not be friendly. Have a little push and pull, a little tussle, and I think the markets will respond better.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.